I think for us, it's kind of been, my interpretation of things has been, for a while, maybe, 5 to 10 years ago, we were a little less, I guess, trying to get away from that pirate, thing, even though we're named after a famous fictional pirate. It's kind of hard to get too far away from it, and kind of headed a little bit more towards, very clean look with our logos, very, with our advertising and things like that, simplified, lots of heavy white backgrounds, and more focus on a fish than, say, pirate-themed, things. But I feel like in the past, I don't know, maybe 5 or so years, we've, just acknowledged that we have, a little bit of, I don't know if you call it, brand equity or whatever, with the fun aspects of, the pirate theme things. I know promotionally we've embraced the National Talk Like a Pirate Day, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. Good.
Just wanted to give them gift cards to go
nice.
to
the
Goose, because
good
they're
call.
both like,
Thank you
so
much.
Thank you. If you guys end up going to this Goose Creek store, which is right down the road, it has a lot more nautical themed and not as much hardcore pirate.
Nautical themed, and not as much hardcore pirate. I think we've tried to figure out exactly how we're embracing that.
Lent is probably the busiest season of the year because you guys really try to capitalize on Friday, fresh fries. And,
It's kind of our Christmas a little bit. It's a big time for us, and oftentimes usually makes or breaks the entire year. It's like, did we have a good Lent or did we not have a good Lent? And that'll kind of tell us how the rest of the year is going to go.
Do you know if there's been any sort of consideration about rebranding in any way, of taking it sort of away from
the pirate kind of thing? I would have to say maybe not in a huge way, but I would say if anything, there's probably a slight moving in the direction towards embracing that in certain aspects. I know we can't get away from who Long John Silver was, and and Treasure Island and things like that. So I think and it is fun. So
we can't get away from who Long John Silver was, and Treasure Island and things like that. So.
These oceans and waterways are our lifeblood. Drop by drop, wave after wave, catch after catch. We have a deep commitment to our ecosystem, and not so much our outdated brand.
5 to 10 years ago, we really did, I guess, try to get away from that whole pirate thing, even though our restaurant is named after a famous fictional pirate. So we're going for more like a clean nautical look. Less of that take what you want, or the people kind of thing.
We have integrated more sleek white backgrounds and crafty oceanic elements like boat oars and hanging lights that look like fishing bobbers in many of our stores.
We can't really separate ourselves from the whole pirate thing, because, brand equity. But instead of focusing on the murdering, and the plundering, and the stealing, now we're gonna focus on the fun stuff, like Talk Like a Pirate Day, and giveaways, and kids, we'll put them in pirate hats, and get eye patches, put them on a boat, things like that. Because we want our brand to be remembered as goofy, and funny, and silly. Plus, it's Lent, which is kind of like our Christmas. And Christmas, well, we treat that like Arbor Day.
So let's celebrate by continuing our deep commitment to leaving a legacy for future generations, by forgetting this whole misrepresentation of our brand, and instead, let's have fun this summer.
What we take today will be there tomorrow. Because we're not actually pirates. We're Long John Silver's, a crappy, disgusting seafood restaurant. Nothing more.